Dead sound to you. Mm-hmm.
Are we supposed to be meeting here for rounds?
What do I look like? Karnak? Yeah.
Dr. Rothstein.
Stephen Rothstein. Well, perhaps you should talk to the grieving family. Or bid 3 no Trump.
Lucy, you were very hard on Consuelo Lopez at the day shift meeting.
You have a complaint? Stick it in the suggestion box.
Have I lost weight or have I lost weight, huh?
Big weigh-in's coming up, huh?
Yeah, between Luther's exercise and Ehrlich's diet, I look better, I feel better.
Who's leading rounds for Westfall?
Craig.
Oh, lucky for me, I'm doing OBGYN rotation.
Lucky for Turner, she had her shots. I hear you euphemizing her without italics.
Craig's been in the worst mood ever lately, huh?
Wouldn't you be if some hayseed walked off with your granddaughter?
Ooh, one of my patients gave me these tickets.
Rod Stewart?
No, Peter Eisler up in Gastro.
Elliot, what are they for?
To hear Colonel Charles Cochran speak.
Wow. Who's Colonel Charles Cochran?
The astronaut. My cousin Pee-wee and I can't go because we're body buddies in the gym tonight. Want him? Want him?
No. Astronauts got boring after Apollo.
Nobody could top Alan Shepard. What are we talking about here?
A lecture. To hear Colonel Charles Cochran speak. Want him?
When I want a lecture, I go to Dr. Craig.
Heel, Ehrlich. Next time she shaves, you have her change the blade.
Forget it. I'm going electric. Plastics. Call in.
Baby patrol, move out.
Concentrate on her patients, not her pants.
See you later.
First case, Dr. Morrison. Morrison?
He's late again, sir.
When he does decide to join us, I'm sure we'll be subjected to a litany of excuses that dates back to his first day in kindergarten, which, according to his educational background, wasn't that long ago. All right, Axelrod, your first case.
Warzager, Harriet.
Where the hell have you been? Rounds start on time, mister.
But I thought I went to...
Oh, shut up.
Tommy and I picked these marigolds before school. Here's your mail. Your daughter called. She's coming tomorrow.
Is she bringing Rick?
Nope. Are you still upset because you went out west with Horace Greenleaf?
Yes, I am. It's
not that she lied to me, it's just she left out the details.
Dishonesty through omission, a contagious disease among young women. Maureen had a chronic case.
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't blame you for not eating. Condemned prisoners get better slop. From now on, I'm catering.
Keep your voice down, will you? If the dietitian's here, you'll get letters.
Donald, I own a restaurant. I have a personal aversion to seeing eggs treated that way.
Those aren't eggs.
Excuse us.
I'll start back later with a little Oakley's and feel better.
Who's she? Westfall's sister-in-law.
Mark, all you've done for the last 2 weeks is come in here with these residents to poke at me. I'm not a geek in a sideshow, you know.
Don't be so selfish. When do these slugs get to eyeball a tropical disease in the middle of Boston Harbor? Well, present the case.
Patient's name is Westfall Donald, white male, 55.
We know all that.
Admitted 2 weeks ago after a syncopal episode with high fever. Physical exam was remarkable for palpable spleen. Peripheral blood smear showed presence of falciparum malaria.
Your crit's up. We could use a little more improvement in renal function. Palpate the spleen for assessment.
Well, I've never palpated another doctor before.
What's the difference? Do it.
Be gentle. Axelrod, onto the clothes.
So I guess you won't be going back to the Cape soon. Selling the house. After what happened to you out there, I do the same thing.
Hello, Mr. Boynton. Dr. Ehrlich, your evaluation, please.
My sales are off. Customers look at the doorknob growing out of my wrist instead of the samples.
Appears to be small ganglion cyst on the wrist, a Bible node.
Course of treatment.
The doctors used to whack these babies with a thick book, Bible being the tool of choice. I'd recommend local excision.
I've scheduled surgery for Thursday.
Hey, Caldwell, while we're there, do something about the window shades over my eyes.
So we're about taking care of the cyst first, huh?
Can you see through that bandage to operate?
This will be off after tomorrow. If I feel my vision is in any way blurred, I'll have another plastic surgeon step in.
What did happen to your face?
Mailman bit me.
Hey, you interested in 2 free tickets to hear Chuck Cochran speak tonight?
The astronaut?
Yeah.
You heard of him? Sure. He repaired the IBC satellite in the last shuttle mission.
Hey, great. Here, I was just going to toss him.
I followed every mission since the Mercury project. They had models of all the rockets. I always wanted to be an astronaut.
You?
Yep. With better job for a space cadet.
Will you jokers hurry up? We're not on a Sierra Club hike. Dr. Fiskus, next case.
Prue Dowler, 26, female, mentally retarded, held for observation after blunt trauma to the abdomen yesterday when a bus load of disabled people was hit by a drunk driver. Vitals, all stable, hypertensive, BP's 156 over 94.
Hello, Miss Dowler.
My name's Prue. Hi.
Are you feeling better today?
Uh-huh.
Good. Let me take a look at you. Just lie back. Pretty picture.
Wanna play?
Who are you?
Buddy.
One of the other disabled people from the bus crash.
Yeah, well, can't you see we're performing an examination here?
I had a cat.
Does she have a history of hypertension?
She's now on 3 antihypertensives with fare control.
Her name was Muffy.
Okay, so long, Prue. Internal medicine, all talk, no action.
Can I kiss you goodbye?
Biscuits, take care of that, will you?
rotation I've been dreading all these months has turned into a dream come true.
Well, don't get too happy. Most of the time you'll be here, I'll be on vacation.
Where would I land?
Are you kidding? I haven't had time off since the ex and I went on our honeymoon. So we go bone fishing and scoops in the Gulf of Mexico.
Look, Ken, I don't like being back here any more than you do.
Terry, the tour's here.
Welcome to the fetus factory.
Here you go, Ken.
By this point, the jar and I should announce our engagement.
Dr. Chandler, would you fill everyone in on the case?
Yes, Valerie, Terry, 33-year-old white female, black fallopian tubes causing infertility. She was placed on HMG in preparation for in vitro fertilization. Saw egg follicles in ultrasound of stimulated ovulation prior to ovum harvest tomorrow.
It's harvest time. The leaves are turning, and so's my stomach.
If you'll excuse me, duty calls. Goodbye, honey.
What happened to the tall, gawky resident?
Dr. Morrison. He finished his rotation.
Chest is clear.
We've been guinea pigs for that long? Ken and I must be underwriting St. Eligius' budget by now. But this time I've got a feeling it's going to work.
Heart sounds fine.
Terry, it's still a crapshoot. Don't get your hopes up too high yet.
Pay attention here, class. This is the, there are lots of variables, no guarantees part of our program.
What Dr. Turner is saying is that in vitro fertilization is still in the experimental stage.
Dr. Chandler, I have done this procedure. I think I can speak for myself. Are you okay?
Weightlessness. 0G. A misnomer, technically, even out in space. A hint of gravity tugs at you. Houston Control had to coax me back to the shuttle during my last spacewalk. Seems I was having a little too much fun at the taxpayer's expense. When I left the orbiter to repair the satellite, I stepped into a different world. Earth below me, stars, outside the scope of human concerns. No longer just an earthling, but a tiny planet. I look forward to my scheduled walk during the mission next month. I'm sorry, we better cut it right here. I spoke longer than intended, and my wife and I have to return to Houston tonight. I'm proud to serve America on the frontier of space. Thank you very much.
Let's meet an astronaut. I'm a doctor. What happened?
I can't move my legs.
Okay, pupils equal and reactive. I want a full blood workup.
Areflexia of both lower extremities.
When did you first notice the weakness in your legs?
A few days ago. It was a tingling sensation, and then my feet started feeling heavy. I figured I was just tired, but it kept getting worse.
Have you been ill recently, Colonel?
He had a cold a few weeks ago. A bad one.
Everybody has colds. Now look, I've passed every flight physical since I got out of the academy without a hitch. What the hell is wrong?
We'll know more after the test. Okay, what I want you to do now is squeeze my fingers as hard as you can. Okay. Upper extremities, A-okay. Now try and lift your legs. Okay, I want to do an LP, send the blood for a chem panel and viral titers. Also have a respiratory therapist come down to measure vital capacity.
Was it a stroke?
Doubtful. A stroke usually just affects one side of the body.
Okay, we're going to admit you, Colonel. I'll put in a menu request for Tang.
Brian, do you want me to call NASA?
No. You know how they are. Ground you for a hangnail. This'll get better, right?
I'm not sure. There's no reason to believe it won't.
Let me see. Nothing to worry about.
Elliot won't come out. You talk to him. Hey, we're talking heat stroke, pal. You're vasodilated. Raise your core temperature high enough, you can have squash rod for brains. Come on.
I feel, great.
All right.
You know, I never would have been able to stick to this program if it wasn't for you guys.
Oh, well, we appreciate a challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, I get to see Marcy again. Haven't seen her for 1 whole month.
What kind of diet was she on?
High protein. You know, my high school gym class voted me most likely to blot out the sun. But this time, I really tried. I mean, I really had willpower.
Moment of truth.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Well?
Congratulations.
Oh, what is it?
You gained 3.5 pounds.
What?
You call yourself a trainer.
Wait a minute. If you hadn't starved the poor guy on rabbit food, he wouldn't have needed between meal snacks.
For your information, the Berkeley diet has been endorsed by everyone, from the physicians for quality care to the tantric master Hernando Vargas.
Well, I had him doing push-ups, sit-ups, chin-ups.
You should have had him doing throw-ups.
You don't realize how important bulimia is. Just stick to surgery.
You stick to pushing him up.
Quack.
Oh, very good. Now squawk like a chicken.
Shut up, will you? This is nobody's fault but my own.
If you'd married Joan Halloran, that wouldn't have happened.
Oh, spare me, Mark. What's this all about?
I've just received a report from the Residency Review Committee. They are hysterical because of the decline in the numbers of elective surgeries in both your departments.
Electives are down, but everyone in a plastics rotation sees plenty of action. This month alone, 3 microsurgeries for limb reattachment.
Which is exactly why the committee is up in arms. The residents aren't getting a full range of experience in cosmetic procedures.
What about Andrea Fordham? Probably the most extensive reconstruction work ever done to a neurofibromatosis patient.
Yesterday's news, Bob. I mean, let's face it, this is a training hospital. If the residents aren't handling a volume of the basics, they are not getting the proper training. Same thing goes for OBGYN.
So what do I do? Let emergency C-sections wait in the hall while my residents get their quota of tubal ligations?
I don't know what the answer is. More referrals, longer clinic hours, I don't know.
Don't these bozos have anything better to do than kick up trouble?
This is serious, Bob. If both of you don't develop a broader caseload, your departments won't be recertified. Yes, who is it?
Oliver London here.
Oh, not now.
First, you hog the OR with the good stereo. Then cancel at the last minute.
This is a man who plays Barry Manilow while he operates.
I heard that. You know what your problem is, Craig? Napoleon complex. Small men want to rule the world.
Oliver, listen very carefully to what I have to say. I live to see that clown out of this hospital, and you people out of my office. I've got work to do.
I left Duke to treat burns and trauma.
Yeah, he was down there.
Where the hell am I going to drum up facelifts in the city hospital?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put an ad in the yellow pages. Free color television with every DNC.
Yeah, lollipops for the kids.
How about a cup of coffee?
Why not? It's late to go back home and get up on the right side of the bed.
I heard about your accident.
It wasn't an accident.
I heard that, too.
Nice doggy.
I have a dog. Her name's Topper.
Does she shake your hand?
My best friend. Just had puppies.
She's pretty.
You are more pretty.
My mom is pretty.
You are too. And I'd like to kiss you.
I'd like to kiss you too. That's nice. Let's kiss again.
So what'd you do after she sliced you?
I stood there for a few seconds trying to hold my face together. And then I punched her lights out. My cops came to take her away. She just looked at me and smiled. I don't understand it. I mean, what the hell did she do it for?
The world's a pretty screwed up place.
You know, nothing's going right lately. Just like this garbage with the review committee. If I'd been more aggressive, my department wouldn't be in trouble. It used to be that I'd follow my instincts. Now, I don't trust them anymore. Pathetic, huh?
Let's just say mildly depressing.
I gotta look in a patient before I head back to OR.
This patient needed hysterectomy.
I doubt it. 29-year-old male. But I'll ask.
Bobby seems to be taking his injuries pretty hard.
How would you like to go with me on a vacation?
It's direct, to the point, and not a bad idea.
Oh, where would you like to go?
Does anyone know how badly he was cut?
Look, the only thing that's going to take a long time to heal is Bob's pride. Now, where would you like to go? Cancun, Rio?
I want to go somewhere with great beaches. And even greater food.
St. Martin.
And the sense of history so we can do some sightseeing.
Havana during the 50s.
Exactly. See, I'm easy to please.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Cat. Good to see you.
Oh, good to see you. How do you feel?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Just have to take it easy for a while.
Where are you going?
Home.
Already? We brought lunch.
And avocados from the West Coast. They got a little ripe in the car, but I learned how to make great guacamole. Rick brought his video camera. We got some great film of the national parks. We think with a little editing we can score some extra college credit.
Terrific.
You don't look well enough to go home.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. They need the bed.
Dad, how come you didn't tell me you were in the hospital?
Didn't want to spoil your trip. Did you have a good time?
I missed you.
Hate to interrupt a family reunion, but I came for your urine sample.
Right.
Oh. Looks healthy to me.
Get that to the lab, Annie?
Flash.
I'm here now to take care of you.
I'm glad you're here. Well, I have to clean some things off my desk before I go home.
Well, Lizzie and I will wait. You think your cafeteria can make a decent cup of hot water for tea?
Actually, I wanted to have some pictures of the trip developed. Okay if I use the car?
Yeah, sure. Back in an hour?
Yeah. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was some performance.
What do you mean?
The two of you. You really must be angry with each other. Because that was so sweet, it made me sick.
Nurse Rosenthal, I thought you might want to know that there's a party going on in room 3314.
What kind of party?
Well, it's with the two handicapped people, Buddy and, you know, the girl named after the tower.
True.
Mm-hmm. They're involved in the procreative act.
I'm scared.
Because of the blood? No. Did Buddy force you?
No. We were playing and rubbing each other. Felt good.
I know the feeling.
You do?
All women do. I wish they could. When was your last period?
My mom knows. She always tells me just before it's going to happen, but this time she didn't.
Prue, do you know where babies come from?
Uh-huh.
Where?
Heaven.
Come on. Right back.
How's it going? I've been in there for over an hour. I just couldn't ring the gong. Flown solo too often.
It's no rush.
Yeah, this is no time to drop the ball. I think I'm having trouble now because this has all become mechanical, impersonal. Fluorescent lights, linoleum floors, voices over the intercom. It's starting to get to me. It's not how I imagined we'd create our child.
Still having problems?
When my father explained the facts of life, he left out the part about having to romance a plastic container.
I brought a little something from home that just might help. Come on.
What's a surprise?
Going. Gone.
Ever experience any heaviness in the eyelids?
Only during church sermons and sex with my wife.
You know, this morning, you were talking about maybe having some work done on the skin and muscles around your eyes.
Yeah, it was getting. Me and Liberace travel in different circles.
Yeah. Well, let me show you something. You see, removing redundant tissue around the eyes, you look more energetic, more alert.
Wouldn't mind shaving off a couple of years.
Well, I'll have you on the table anyway. Won't cost you anything.
You sure my insurance will cover this?
Between you, me, and the bedpan, no charge.
I don't know. I've got to think.
No hurry. I'll schedule some extra time in the OR just in case, huh?
The hell with it. Caldwell, make me look half as good as the good half of you. You got yourself a deal.
Victor, I need a consult.
Boomer, when was the last time you figured out a case for yourself?
It's Colonel Cochran. He presented with sudden symmetric paralysis of the lower extremities, paresthesias. LP was normal. The history shows nothing. I can't make a connection.
Babinski reflex?
Negative.
Oh. rules out CNS lesions. Had a viral infection lately?
Just cold.
Look up Guillain-Barré syndrome in that little book of yours. Starts with G. Do you have any change?
You're good at diagnosis. You ever think about becoming an internist?
What, waste these hands? No way, Jose.
Mark, I thought I should tell you I had to examine one of your grand round patients today. Prue Dowler.
What for?
Hymenal bleeding. She lost her virginity to another patient today.
Who was the man?
Buddy asked you.
You're kidding. Was it rape?
No, there seems to be mutual consent and enjoyment. Well, they're both of legal age. They weren't bothering anybody.
I suppose that makes it hunky-dory.
This kind of thing does happen.
They're not minks, Roxanne.
The developmentally disabled tend to be less inhibited about sex. Despite their age, they still have the same biological urges we do.
Morality is what separates us from animals and sailors on leave. Now, these people can't go around copulating at the drop of a hat. If they can't be responsible, we have to be.
We're just a hospital.
Sex leads to procreation. Who'd take care of the baby? Look at my granddaughter, for crying out loud.
I'm having a social worker inform the mother and talk to Prue about birth control.
Social worker?
They're better equipped to handle the situation.
Those undereducated libertarians will pat her on the head and put her on the pill. What she needs is a good old-fashioned talking to. I'll speak to the little girl myself. When I'm done with her, she'll know right from wrong.
This is Houston. Mission completed. You can wrap it up out there, Chuck.
I see something.
Nothing out there.
Nothing is something.
It's a vacuum, good buddy. The Big Hoover.
Maybe that's just our perspective. I breathe, therefore I am. Limited point of view.
Computer's working on that breathe, therefore I am postulate.
If time and space are relative, so is life. What about God? Ruler of the universe, maker of all that is seen and unseen, the Alpha and Omega.
We have no data on the Creator at this time. Advise enlightenment through annihilation is not, repeat, not on flight plan. Come on back inside. You're dead now.
No.
Those are the rules. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing you can do.
Roger.
Ready to go?
Where's Lizzie?
I don't know.
Told her to be back in the car in an hour.
Easy, Donald. Just got the tubes out, so she's 15 minutes late.
She's so damned irresponsible. She only thinks about herself.
You two are amazing. Apart, you rip into each other. Together, you're like Heidi and her grandfather. No wonder you're at odds. You don't relate honestly.
Stay out of this, will you, please?
Why? Because I'm the voice of sanity around here? Lizzie is a grown woman. Don't try to keep her in pigtails and Mary Jane. She just resents you for it.
Do you know why I don't come to Sunapee with the kids? Because I don't want to spend my vacation with you telling me how to live my life.
When you married Maureen, I became part of the family, too. Believe me, it's no pleasure watching you make mistakes. Right from the beginning, you walked out on the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah, well, it's because I had an emergency here at the hospital.
And you had to handle the problem yourself.
Yes, he was my patient. Still remember his name, as a matter of fact. Eric Conzer. I did everything I could for him, and he died anyway. So I had a few drinks in his memory when I got back to the dinner, and you were all angry with me.
You were smashed. I was the maid of honor. Maureen was afraid that night that you would show up drunk for your wedding. She worried about you. She asked me and made me promise that if anything happened to you, I'd look after your kids.
They're not your kids, Constance.
She also asked me to look after you. You know what? You're the one who still needs it the most. Maybe it would be best if I went back to Sunapee this afternoon. I'll leave a list of housekeepers on your desk at home. Too bad Marie never knew you and I didn't like each other, huh?
Elliot?
Marcy, you barely look like you.
You look,
The same.
You haven't lost an ounce. I nearly killed myself trying to kiss 20 pounds goodbye.
Just give me one more week, okay?
How could you do this to me?
Please, let's sit down, okay?
Elliot, when I was in 7th grade, all the girls were growing these amazing bodies. I was the one in glasses who breathed heavy and looked like the young Toady Fields. Mom said it'd change, and it did. I started looking like the old Toady Fields.
You do better jokes.
Losing weight, it's like becoming a whole new person. It's time to see what I've been missing. You know, move out of the house, show myself off. The problem is, you see, I thought we'd both end up skinny and we could start new lives together. Now I guess I'll just have to go it alone.
Hey, you mean break up?
I can't put my life on hold to wait for you.
Couldn't we still date?
I couldn't use you that way.
Please, use me.
I'm sorry, Elliot. It's been wonderful. See you around, huh?
Who's a good looker?
Marcy Eisenberg.
Rosenthal's daughter? I didn't know Helen had it in her.
I had the dream again today. It was different this time. I wasn't afraid. I was hanging under the satellite, and we began to move toward a bright star near Andromeda.
Is this working? How are you feeling, Colonel?
He couldn't even hold a glass this morning. Is he going to be paralyzed for life?
Our examination indicates you've got a disease called Guillain-Barré syndrome. It's a temporary neurological disorder that affects motor function. The paralysis moves in stages upwards from the feet.
What causes it?
We don't know.
Is there anything you can do?
No, there's no treatment. We just wait for the disease to run its course, and it can be anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, or more, depending on how far the paralysis advances before receding again. Rehabilitation time varies, but recovery is usually complete.
It's the dream. I understand it now.
What dream?
The satellite was pulling me toward a star. Joe, the Star of Bethlehem.
Chuck, be quiet.
Chuck, don't you understand? This disease. I'm being cleansed. The paralysis will purify me so unworthy.
Worthy of what?
When I go in space next time,
Hi, Prue. What are you doing?
I'm drawing. See?
You like making pictures, huh?
Here's one I made for my boyfriend.
Buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's what I came to talk to you about.
You want to draw with me, too?
No. Prue, I have to talk to you about what went on between you and Buddy. Now, you and he had sexual intercourse. You made love together.
Feels like a circus.
Yeah, well, I suppose it might, but,
Do you like to make love?
Prue, you can't go around making love every time you feel like it. Now, society frowns on certain behavior. Now, if you want to be a good citizen, you'll obey the rules.
Like cleaning up my room.
You can't play with Buddy like that anymore.
Why not?
Because I say so.
Ever?
Well, someday, maybe. When you understand what sex means, how babies are made. I mean, there's more at stake than just feeling good. Do you follow what I'm saying?
A present. You and me in the garden. See the flowers?
Thanks.
Kiss me goodbye.
Yeah, sure.
Talk to you about Mr. Boynton.
The pre-op's back in the lab yet?
Yeah, CBC and electrolytes are normal, but I see he's scheduled for a blepharoplasty.
That's right. In fact, read the article in last month's journal. Find the technique I'll be using.
Okay, I'll read it. But why is he having a blepharoplasty?
He requested it.
What, you mean on rounds yesterday? That was an offhand remark. Certainly not an authorization for surgery.
To discuss the procedure in greater detail today.
Bob, I don't think... What I mean is, are you sure Mr. Boynton should be having this operation?
Ehrlich, what's the problem?
Well, candidates for plastic surgery are supposed to be highly motivated to change their appearance. I don't think this guy's given a lot of thought.
Ehrlich, if you don't want to assist me, I can schedule Kylie.
I need surgeries like this to complete my rotation.
Then you've got a decision to make, don't you?
Going down, down, down. Just relax, Terry. How long since we did the lidocaine?
About 5 minutes.
Here we go. There are the follicle cysts.
There's 4 more on this side. There should be a good yield.
May I see?
Right there. Each one of those contains an egg. I'll go in with a needle and suck them out. After microscope confirmation that we've collected the eggs, we'll send them down to the lab where they'll be fertilized with Ken's sperm. 2 or 3 of the embryos will be implanted in the uterus, and the rest will be frozen in case we need to try again. Okay? Aspiration needle. Let's see if we can get enough forenomen.
Here's a doctor. My husband needs help. Chuck was talking to me, and suddenly he couldn't catch his breath.
Paralysis probably moved into the muscles that control his lungs.
55 and shallow.
When was the last vital capacity taken?
4 hours ago, 1.5 liters.
We're going to have to intubate.
You get a crash cart and respirator in 30
Is he dying?
No, but we need to help him breathe. Lower the head. You're going to have all the air you need in just a second.
I better call NASA.
Helen,
Yeah.
can I talk to you for a second, please?
Yeah, you can, but come over here. Give me a hand. Maid service. Forgot to do half the rooms on this floor. Give me a hand. Okay. Up. Quick.
Marcy broke up with me.
Oh, Elliot, I'm sorry.
I don't know what to do.
Well, these things happen.
Every damn day.
Not to me. You're her mother. Can't you do something?
I don't know. Once Marcy makes up her mind, she's pretty immune to pressure.
Oh, and I can't live without her.
Oh, you'll live. Give it time. You'll find someone else. There are lots of other fish in the pond.
How? Look at me. I'm still axle fat. I'm the eyesore. I'm the one that's going to be buried in a piano crate. It's not fair.
Who said anything was fair? Life is always just outside the foul pole.
Elliot, I don't know what to tell you about feeling heavy. If you want to lose, lose. But not for Marcy, and not for vanity, and not because somebody else tells you to. And you know what the first thing is? Don't loathe yourself.
I'm a drunk like you're fat. Eating and drinking. They're both addictions.
You can stop drinking. I need food to survive. There's no such thing as cold turkey.
Except after Thanksgiving. Nurse is right. Beating yourself up, boy, that's a nut of it. Got to quit that first at any rate.
Look, if you know all the answers, how come you keep drinking?
I enjoy beating myself up. Great.
I bet you're anxious to get home. Your mom will be up in a minute.
We're having hamburgers and ice cream for dinner tonight.
Sounds like fun.
Can I keep my bracelet?
Sure you can.
It's plastic.
Hi. I came to say goodbye to Prue.
I'll be down the hall in case you need anything.
I'd like to lie down with you again. I promise I won't hurt you like before. Cross my heart.
The doctor said we shouldn't touch each other anymore.
How come?
I'm not sure. Someday maybe, but for now we need to be good citizens. Tommy's been watching TV. He was pretty upset about Aunt Constance leaving. Is she all right?
Why do you ask?
I don't know. She just seemed to have left so quickly.
Oh, am I tired?
I told her I'd bring him up to Sunapee at semester break.
Fine.
You know, I don't see why you two don't get along. I mean, she's got it so together, Dad. She was really here for me when you went to Africa.
Because she gave you permission to travel with Rick.
No, Dad, I made that decision myself.
Really bugs me you didn't ask.
You would have only gotten that look of yours.
So you lied to me.
Dad, I never lied to you.
You didn't lie to me, you just didn't tell the truth.
See, there's that look.
Now don't start with me, young lady.
Fine, Dad, I won't say anything. Can't you understand? There's some decisions I want to make without negotiating, compromising, or plea bargaining. That's what's going to make me an adult, an individual. Like when you went to Ethiopia, I didn't know if what you were doing was right. But I trusted you. Do the same for me.
Right? Okay.
You mean it?
Sweetheart, I'm not perfect. We both know that. But I can see if we're going to spend more time together than just the holidays, we're going to have to learn to give each other room to change.
I'm sorry. I'll get it. I'll get it downstairs. It's probably for me. You need your sleep. Good night.
Thought a steam might do me some good. I got a little stiff playing mixed doubles yesterday. I'm sorry about the residency review committee.
I'm handling it.
Hey, how's the wound?
Okay.
Boy, this week started in the toilet, then went straight down the sewer, which is probably the only system in Boston that works. We've got nitwits copulating in the corridors and a judicial process that flows like molasses.
Mark, sometimes you have to learn to live with what fate dumps on you.
Like hell you do. If I don't like something, I change it.
I wish it were that easy.